Good morning.
He was so anxious to say good morning, he did it before the music stopped.
Well, the reason I did that was to see if my microphone was working, and I couldn't even do it until it ends. Then the microphone becomes active. Because sometimes in the past, we've started talking and nobody has heard us. So how are you doing? We just celebrated our anniversary. What else did we celebrate?
Kinsey leaving. My daughter came down for a week and she's gone already. It was a very short week, but it was nice.
Very true.
Nice to have her. Good morning, Bill. You found us. Yay!
Yay!
And Tiff, good morning.
Hello. What is going on in our world? Man, oh man, we've done so much. The anniversary I thought was very lovely. I mean, you really enjoyed it. It was at Cooley's. Thank you, Donna. Much appreciated. She calls it the happy love anniversary. It's a funny because I don't think marriage and love are equivalent.
Oh, it helps though.
Yeah. So 34 years together. It's like you're on a boat and you have no company and you're bored. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking.
Wow.
Yeah, no. I do love my wife. So it is fortunate that we love each other, I think, because we could be married and not love each other. What is going on in our world right now? Why are you reading?
Because I just have to. You can keep talking, please.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we did Cooley's. We had Zach, Mackenzie, and Shay, 3 of the 4, which I thought was kind of cool. Plus their significant others, Chuita, and who's married to Zach, and our granddaughters were there. And of course, Christie was surrounded by her granddaughters. It goes Christie, granddaughters, then everybody else.
You were across from me, so I could look lovingly into your eyes.
But you did not care because your granddaughters were beside you.
I cared.
She doesn't care.
I do.
Avocado tree is producing like crazy right now. They're ripe. They've produced many, many months ago, but now, Donna says, trust me, if she didn't love you, you'd be elsewhere.
Yeah, 6 feet under.
I would be in Mexico. Would be in Mexico. Pat, good morning to you. Hello. What did you say?
Nothing.
Did you say cremated? It was. Do we know why your aunt was asking about cremation in Mexico?
Because
was she wanting to make sure that if I was dead, that nobody would be able to find me again?
No, because if they were to get sick enough to die down here, or anybody, that it would be cheaper to cremate than ship the body back to Canada.
Oh, absolutely.
That was the whole reason.
Yeah, and plus you get to carry your relatives.
People talk about weird shit.
You get to carry your relatives around and stuff about maybe this big. It's fun.
Depends on how big they are. My dad's box was smaller. Actually, it was pretty big.
Donna says there's a big puddle of water close by. It is a huge puddle of water, and right now
I like the way you're thinking, Donna. Thank you.
It's a little cold. I got some lasers for Christmas because I just don't want to do tree lights anymore. Christy bought some lights to hang upstairs, and I don't know how she's going to do that. Who's that guy? I don't know. Cameron. He's selling shrimp.
Morning, Jolene.
Door to door. I love living here. We got vegetables, got the 2 donut guys. Every night, donut guys go by. Cameron.
That's bad, though.
It is. We have the vegetable guys.
Actually, the shrimp, we should be buying shrimp from the...
We should. I put on 20-some pounds in the last month. So it's...
That's because you eat like a maniac.
I'm a maniac. Donna says, are you still distilling? Yeah, I am, sort of. I just don't have any.
See this dark one right here behind us? That's supposed to be gin, but it's...
It's a very strong.
Yeah, and then the other 2 big bottles here, these 2 guys, this is like 96% alcohol. We have to water it down and then filter it. So we've got lots. We don't have much to drink. Well,
oh, Donna, you're asking.
Churros.
Is there a churro guy?
There is a churro guy.
But he's churro man. So there's churro girl and churro man. Now, when Churro Man has been doing this since we moved here. His churros have gotten smaller
Morning, Karen.
and
From
much
across the pond.
and much more expensive. But when Churro Man, he was very ill. It looked like he was going to die.
He looked pretty ill.
And
This was before COVID. So.
he brought an assistant on. So the assistant comes, learns everything about Churro Man and what he's producing. So what does Churro Girl do when he gets better? He got better and he lived, thank you, Lord. But she opens
Thank
up
you, Lord, because what would we do without churros?
She opens up a churro stand right there. Right, like
Right on the
5 or
plaza,
6 stalls away from him.
Morning, Judy.
So she learns from him, sets up shop in the neighborhood. She is a very nasty, not nice lady.
You guys can obviously all hear us, right? Because Karen is saying that she doesn't have sound.
Well, but yeah, she's
And
answering the question. So obviously,
Donna,
yeah, we definitely have sound.
Jeff, good morning. Jolene, I don't know where you can find a Santa suit. There was one Santa that I would have recommended, but I just read a post. He's busy. He has no space.
Santa's busy?
Santa knew our name.
Santa be busy?
Santa knew our name yesterday.
Oh my gosh, he knew our name.
We went to, Judy can hear, okay. And Jeff can hear us. We went to a fundraiser for the Boosterias Children's Christmas program.
Boosterias Children's Christmas program.
Boosterias Children's Christmas program.
BCCP.
At Jack's yesterday.
Cool kids.
Fantastic time. The Las Mambas, they just rocked it. They were awesome yesterday.
It was odd though, just because of the way it was. Like, they will be at our events now. Like, what the hell? Got a bunch of older people here acting like children. It's always.
They're the new face of what's okay.
No, I know.
Morning,
but Christie, it is something that is real. I expected as people got older, they would become more mature. Their advice would become more sage, and wisdom would just boom out of their brains and their mouths. But in fact, I noticed that most people just turn into giant babies. It's so weird.
Wow.
It's so weird.
Okay, that you did not have to go there.
No.
Did not.
No, but what I'm saying is that people need to grow up. It's just time. And it's just more time goes on, the less people get more mature.
Bill, the churro guy is right on the plaza. He is right at the end of the plaza. If you can picture where the corner is, where the taco stands are, and right now their little Oaxaca, they're hardly nobody else came. And yesterday I was going to go.
Mean, nobody else?
The Oaxaca. Remember he said they were going to spread out?
Yeah. For 2 weeks we were supposed to have a Oaxaca market.
Yeah, and hardly anybody is there. And the coffee guys, I was going to go get
500 and some pesos.
I wasn't going to buy a bag of coffee. 550 pesos for a kilo of coffee. I love coffee, but that's expensive.
It is. It's nuts.
So I was going to go and actually get a prepared cup of coffee, and they weren't open yesterday.
So we were at Jack's, and Jack's has done a very good renovation.
They've added a patio upstairs,
like a lot of space.
Yeah.
So good stuff. The Las Mambas were great. It was a very good event. I'd love to.
John emceed.
Yeah.
He was excellent.
Well, I was as excellent as I could be. Obviously, my brain is working a lot better than it has been for the last couple of years.
But he's still not funny, you guys.
Still not funny. Still not funny. Still a little slow.
Like he was ever funny. I just don't understand. The funniest thing to me is that he thought he was funny. But people love the way you MC because you are a good straight guy. So it was good. I got a lot of compliments on letting you MC yesterday. So
that's fun.
So he's also going to MC the Girl Power in January. That's another. It's called Girl Power.
This is the first I've learned about this.
That's that one in January that.
Are you going to hook the thing up to my stomach so I can feel what it's like for a woman to have her period?
Sure.
While I'm chatting.
Our TENS machine isn't strong enough. It wouldn't hurt you enough, but I could Try.
We watched it's called Try Channel. It's some Irish people.
It's fun. It's a fun channel to watch.
And the men had to do this period simulator. First, the women did this. And they put it on the women's bellies, and they're like, ooh, ooh, ow. They put it on the men, and they're like, oh my God, I'm dying. So yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect.
Bunch of wimps.
And
that's why women have babies.
Yeah, and Kaylee was the best. I mean, she did up to 20, and she's just like,
one of the other girls didn't.
It's very uncomfortable, and she's just absolutely. I mean, I love her. I love her. So yeah, Christie, she knows I love her. There's 2 women that I just adore on the Irish Try Channel, and Christie's just like, oh, they're such pansies.
No, you should have just started with there's 2 women that you adore, and I would have been one of them. But no, you were too dumb. You had to go back to the Try Channel.
There's 3 women I adore. 2 of them just happen to be on that channel. When we were at Sam's, and hello, Inez. This lady comes up to me and she says, oh my gosh, I watch your show. And then she was in there and saw Christie. It's very sweet. So thank you, Inez. And there we go.
Yeah, that was actually very cool.
Donna says, is Christie still taking Spanish? Yes. I'm on day 619 of Duolingo. When I first started watching you two, I was inspired. Well, that's very cool.
That is awesome. I'm glad that if anything came out of us doing this for the last 2.5 years, is that people are getting inspired to try something different, do something different. That's all we can ask. I mean,
we've had people that have stayed at different places now.
Yeah, gone to different places. We've had clients come out of our
we've had people go to Mexico City and do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So which is good because people are like, oh, John and Christie can do it, then I can certainly do it. Which is not really what we meant to inspire. But at the same time, we are glad we did. Last night, Christie, I think I've had one of the best sleeps I've had in years. It's very interesting. So I was fasted, took a little bit of my oil, no problem. Now, I didn't drink a lot of water yesterday, which I thought was very, well, no, but think about that, because I didn't have to get up and pee at all last night. So maybe I'm destroying my sleep.
By keeping hydrated?
Maybe. Now, but obviously my hydration is a lot less.
And I made friends too. You're right, Jolene. I have made friends because of this channel.
There you go. What else is going on right now? We've got that new listing in La Cruz, which is just
and
stunning.
We've got a penthouse coming in Alamo.
Yeah, the penthouse in Alamo, very excited about. That one's going to be close to $1 million, very close. The one in La Cruz is 7, I believe, right?
$699. Yeah.
That one I'm very excited about, only because of the location
Good morning,
and the
Monica.
quality of construction. The quality of construction is amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful property. 12-foot ceilings on the main floor, 14-feet ceilings on the second floor. And the third floor is an open terrace with incredible views of the marina. And it really is a hacienda-style house. It's got a full courtyard, and it's completely built around it. So from the third floor, I think it'd be fun to build like a little bridge. So that way you don't have to go all the way around.
Yeah, you have to go all the way downstairs to get...
No. I'm just talking about upstairs, how it wraps around. Just do a little bridge across and maybe set a table up. Because you do have a fascinating table. Like they've got one spot that goes above the bathroom.
A little mirador, yeah. It is beautiful gorgeous. Views up there. Beautiful views.
So I think whoever gets that really has options because it could be a family compound, but it could be an incredible restaurant also.
Well, a family compound, it really is only 3 bedrooms.
Could be 4. 4.
Could be 4.
Could be 4.
And Amberlin could be 4.
The reason it could be 4 is that commercial space downstairs could be easily added to the property from the back end.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah, it would take some doing, but yeah, it could.
And apparently, and we cannot say this with certainty. Apparently, you could apparently build on the 3rd floor and go 3rd floor plus palapa level. So maybe it's 3 plus palapa. Don't know. We need to check with the courts or the
Urbanos.
Yeah, Desarrollo Urbano. They've got different names for everything here. It's like they've got a
Yeah,
different
it's like they
language.
speak a different language.
It's so weird.
You think, huh?
Same as SP. SP does not exist in Spanish, which is weird that they chose to call it Spanish.
But Spanish
It's
is
Espanol.
Espanol.
It's Espanol. So it's the ESP. So you've got ESP in Spanish.
I love how Taylor says Spaniel.
Espanol.
She just calls it Spaniel.
Well, they do speak 2 languages.
It's adorable. It's like kids calling it Piscetti. It's adorable. Yeah. I don't want that to ever change. I always want her to speak Spaniel. She's going to help me. She's going to teach me. Every once in a while she says, so Nana, do you know how to say apple in Spanish? So cute.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want. Thank you.
No.
Yeah,
thank you. Maybe get a real name. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny how we'll have people kind of come in here.
Stupid Twitch again.
Well, you know. So what can we tell these fine folks? Like, so much has happened.
Yeah, we've got some new listings. We're
babysitting a dog.
My daughter is still here. She's here until the end of the month. She is staying.
The duplex is looking amazing.
Yeah.
We have a worker coming from Tepic.
He should have arrived last night, hopefully.
He is coming here to work on our properties.
Yeah.
So
he's actually going to live in the little house, get that ready to list, and then I think we're going to start. We still haven't decided if we're building up. At this point in time, I think we're just going to get things ready. I'd really like to get those businesses started. The faster we can get them started, the better it is. And we want an office space for John, a laundromat, and a storage. And I think if we work on that and maybe have another spare office for someone that we know is looking for an office space.
Wow, that would be like 4 right off the bat.
Hi, Bill. My mom is here until
she decides to
March or April, probably June. Yeah. Who knows? I know she likes to get back. My hair is funky. I know she likes to get back for spring so she can plant, but she doesn't have the yard that she used to. So I don't know.
Keep her here. She can plant.
I'll let her work in my yard. Yeah.
Well, even in the duplex, we've got some space in there.
Yeah, well, that's Chuitas, though. They can plan whatever they want in there. That's their space right now.
They've got free labor.
Oh.
Her mom.
Right.
My mom was here for a month. That was great. It was awesome to see you, Mom. Shay, I think, really does want to get married up there.
In Ontario, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your house.
I think that's because she's cheap. Doesn't want to pay for a venue. That's just, Shay, I love you, but I know you.
But Shay can take $1 and turn it into $5. I love that about her. I really do. She is a great role model. She's very frugal. She is. She's a very good role model.
She's like, Mom, we really don't need to buy that. We have one already or whatever. I'm like, shut up, kid. I have money.
I wish this woman
Las
had
Vegas wedding.
That.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a pot calling the kettle black if I ever heard it.
I just want to point out that almost everything I buy is for business.
Mm-hmm.
For Christie, it's to collect dust around our property.
I like this.
That's why we live here. We have a dirt road.
Oh, we get dust. We get
dust.
No Las Vegas wedding. Thank you very much.
The neighbor across the street chopped his big tree down. And I'm looking at the wood. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like this.
It's this deep
orangey red. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the inside. The entire tree was orangey red on the inside. Now, obviously, we had some big iguanas that lived in there. They've got nowhere to live.
Yeah.
So
there's a tree next door. So I'm pretty sure they just moved next.
And not only that, yesterday I noticed as we're driving back, 3 houses down, there's a lot. And in this lot is like a skeleton of a tree. It's a dead tree. The chickens love it. But the chickens are here. How many chickens do we have in this neighborhood that are living? Like, I am so amazed that animals live free. Like they go in the garbage, they do this stuff. Birds and stuff I expect. And chickens are birds, but chickens are culled or raised. They're livestock. It's weird.
Tell your daughter to get married at Las Calitas. Yeah. No, she wants to. I think she plans on staying in Canada to get married. So
We have been to Las Coletas for a
for a
wedding.
wedding, yeah.
We have been there, and it's a beautiful place. It really is. And I mean, we've been there also during the day. There's one day a week where they shut down, and that's the day they do
I
the
think
wedding.
it's Sundays.
It's a very lovely place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny for us. They have these towns. There's a town out there called the town
Yalapa?
Yalapa. It took us 15 years, 14 years to finally go there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so close. We're just slow. And I think we went to Mexico City before we went to Coletas.
It
That's
is a
weird.
gorgeous venue to have a wedding. You are 100% true. Gorgeous
Absolutely.
venue to have a wedding.
I had an interesting, fascinating, wonderful communication yesterday.
A communication, how fancy.
Well, they contacted me on Facebook and just told me about a nephew that I knew about but did not know where he
Oh,
went.
Your nephew. Yeah.
My nephew, he's 12 years old
A
now.
nephew. A nephew I knew.
And this family had taken him right when he was a baby, and he had some issues. And they adopted him when he was 7, and now he is 12. And it was such a sweet communication. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Because that was the one. I mean, he
I
knows both.
wondered-
He knew. He knows he had 2 nephews, but he's only met the one.
Yeah.
And we knew that the younger one had been adopted and that he'd had some issues, fetal alcohol and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's good that he was adopted and is happy with this new family. But they want him to get to know.
His normal family, or
So
no, they called it balanced or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh boy, this is not the guy.
barking up the wrong tree for that one, but we could help a little bit.
Yeah. Same as my other nephew, Jonathan. He's now an adult and in Edmonton, which what a terrible place to end up. But it's better, I guess, than British Columbia because
No.
you do not want to be in Rupert or Terrace or George.
Especially if you have drug issues.
Yeah, or
other-
whatever. Even Terrace, I guess. Terrace is a beautiful place, don't get me wrong, but you've got to have a stable life. You do not, mind you, drugs are everywhere in the world now. They really are. And
They will
sucks.
find him,
Yeah.
and they have wherever he is.
Well, yeah, that was kind of why I did not want a certain person to come here because I knew drugs are very easy to get. And you can say, oh, I'm never going to do them again. But if they're selling them in your backyard, you have a tough time avoiding that issue. And I always tell people, if you plan on moving to Mexico, you need to make sure your foundation is solid because Mexico is like this big earthquake to your life. It will shake your foundation. And we have seen people come here who have gotten better, who've gotten closer and done incredible things. And we've seen people come here be destroyed. And sadly, we've seen people that have died down here because they've done stupid stuff. So it's one of those places. I always tell people it's the most incredible, wonderful, amazing, terrible, awful place on earth. It really is. And it's what you want out of it. And it reminds me of that story of the twin boys whose father was an alcoholic. And the one son said, my dad was an alcoholic. How could I not be an alcoholic? The other brother says, my dad was an alcoholic. How could I be an alcoholic? And it's just perspective. 100% perspective. We can make an incredible life or a crappy life. It just depends.
But there are churros. That's true.
Churros fix so much. Churros.
Yeah, I hadn't had a churro for so long, and then we went out with some friends, and they really wanted a churro, so we stopped and got one.
And Churro Man is getting older. Churro Man has, I believe, been there since the 80s. Now, Churro Man, it was funny. We've talked about this before. Churro Man makes money. No problem making money. And one day he shows up in this brand new vehicle, and that's the vehicle that he chose to park near his stand. All of a sudden, his business plummeted. Then he comes back with his old rusty red truck because apparently a brand new shiny vehicle, not good for churro business. Foreigners are funny. Well, they're poor. We got to take care of them. They're divorced. We got to buy from them. They make this stuff up, and it's just so weird. You want to make sure
we're foreigners.
yeah, but we've been here 19 years. I think we were foreigners. Now I feel way more Mexican than I do Canadian.
Really?
I can't speak Spanish.
Or have any.
I hate the government here.
Or drink tequila.
Or drink tequila. But man, I feel Mexican.
Oh my goodness, yeah. My husband. So cute.
That's me. I'm kind of cute. Yeah, churros, the filled churros are my favorite.
I actually prefer the plain ones.
You're so weird.
I stayed married to you. I've got to be something wrong with me.
But I'm kind of different than most people. Different than
It's an understatement if I've ever heard one. I'm kind of different than most people. Was that really what you just said? With a straight face until I laughed at you?
Did you read what Pastor Dave wrote on our anniversary thing? And thank you to everybody who commented on our anniversary photos. It's very sweet and kind. But Pastor Dave, he was very sweet. Did you see what he said? It was very sweet.
I haven't read all the.
I would recommend. It's near the end. He did it last night.
Why can't you tell these people?
Well, he just said that he talks about how he loves and respects us because we moved down here and we got together and conquered or enjoyed and did this. So he's very proud of us. Love you, Pastor Dave.
He was our pastor when we were up in Canada.
He was a fantastic
I am picturing a churro ice cream bowl. See, that I can get behind.
Ooh. Yeah. Also, I'm working on MexicoMLS.com, and which will very quickly lead to FSBO, FisboMexico.com. I'm going to get those up and running because there's no reason that they're not. Also, well, the dinero, but that takes care of itself. It does. I mean, the more we do, the more we make, blah, blah, blah. Also, I do want to do a candy business in Mexico, MexicoEdibles.com. Own that already. And that I think is going to be very interesting because I've been looking at candy machine from China. $5,000 to $20,000 is what it's going to cost for the equipment. Now to get it shipped here, importation, etc., going to be more.
Because that's obviously going to be for a business. It might not even be importable. You might have to pay a broker to get it across.
Oh, absolutely. I will have to pay a broker to get it across just because I'm not an importer. But that I think is going to be absolutely incredible too.
You've been married longer in Mexico than Canada.
Do you know? That's very true. We've been here 19 years. Wow. We've been together longer.
Don't remind me. I mean, yeah, a long time. Longer than our kids have been alive, for sure.
When I am 54, I will have been married 2/3 of my life. That's a long time.
I am 54. I'm not married 2/3 of my life.
You will be 60 when that happens.
Oh, way to remind me.
I will be married in 2 years. You in
5.5, basically.
6. Yeah, maybe. I hate not knowing how old I am.
Chacho, did you break that, you little booger?
Wow. Very, very strong. Hang on, I gotta show you. Here, buddy.
It's his toy. It's his toy. But
look at that. Shay, you need a new one of these. Go get one.
John is the trophy husband.
I am a trophy husband.
What is that? What lottery?
What contest in hell?
What contest in hell did I win that he's my trophy? That's from Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. What contest in hell did I win?
That hands down is my favorite line. My favorite line from the Golden Girls is "better late than pregnant,"
which we both use a lot. Nobody calls John my trophy husband, so this is actually the first time I've been able to use that line. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, what contest in hell did she win to get me as a prize?
Dang. Someone loves me up there.
I think so. They don't love you down here. Oh, wait, sorry. I don't know why I do that. Same as yesterday. We did this auction, and it was a charcuterie board or a cutting board or a boomerang that don't work. That's another thing that I said. And the boomerang that don't work, we started at 300 pesos.
I don't think it got much laughs, the boomerang thing.
Yeah, but it was.
It wasn't funny.
The boomerang that did not work started at 300 pesos. It was very difficult to get somebody to go 350.
It was difficult to get someone to go 300, so I did. And then nobody would go 400, so John backed up to 350, and then the bidding started going to 900, and then then whoever John and Gloria thought wanted to buy it, oh no, we weren't bidding on it. Oh no, we don't want it. So then John says, well, then we'll just pay 1,000 pesos for it and we'll keep it.
So that is where this comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Stoker Crafts for doing this, and apparently they do furniture. We also won a whole bunch of beef jerky and a hat and a shirt, and that's Subgrub, which is a new business here in town. And it was funny because
we have not tasted the beef jerky yet, so we'll let you guys know.
We're doing beef jerky. We're also going to be doing liver jerky.
We're going to try some dried liver. I want to like dry it though, not jerky it. Ugh.
Yeah, well, you know.
Anyways, we're going to try that for the dog and maybe for the husband, the trophy husband.
We also hear that putting the liver in capsules.
That's what Zach said.
Yeah, it's very healthy.
If you get it dried enough.
Apparently, liver is like the...
You guys know that little kid, like that's the thing we're referring. Apparently.
Yeah, I love that.
At the fair, yeah.
Apparently, liver is hands down the most nutritious food as a human being that you can have. So I want to have more liver. And liver at the meat place is 39 pesos, 35 pesos, I can't remember.
Cheap.
A kilo. So it's less than $2 a kilo for liver.
I wouldn't even pay that much.
We got liver. That one. Now that company in it wasn't Morelia. It was Monterrey. They sent us liver in this giant.
I think John ordered like 2 kilos. Well, they gave us a 2 kilo chunk, or maybe it was even 5 kilos.
No, it was more. It was more.
Frozen chunk of, instead of separating it into. I'm like, who wants to cook 500 for 5 kilos of liver at one time?
Larry says his grandmother had medical issues and had to eat liver every day.
I don't know if I could do that.
If you love liver, and I mean love liver, there is a place over by Costco in Vallarta called Los Alcatraces. Is it Los or Los? It's just across the street from the gas.
I think it's Los. Los Alcatraces has a few restaurants. There's one in Nuevo.
Yeah, but the one over by Costco, that one I can speak with authority on because I've eaten it there. And they have liver and onions. That is so good. The portion is huge. The price is incredible.
The right way so I don't have to smell it.
The price is very reasonable, but it's a very lovely restaurant, a lovely meal. So if you like liver and onions, we used to have this family. They had a 10-year-old boy. Well, he's the same age as me. And they would take us to McDonald's. We would go to their house. They would feed us, but they would give us liver and onions and vitamins. Like a family.
Breaded with grilled bacon. Doesn't that take all the healthiness away from liver if you're breading it, Donna? Come on.
Well, it depends how you bread it.
I don't even think I could eat it, though.
You could put like eggs, and you could put beef chicharrones.
That's pork.
Yeah.
And then bacon. Yeah, well, no. Nope. I even said when we do the drying of the liver, I said it's going to stink up the whole house. John says we can just bring the thing upstairs, the dehydrator. And I'm like, good idea, because, the dehydrator, if you're dehydrating something yummy, it smells really good in the house. I can't imagine if you're dehydrating liver what that would smell like.
Beef jerky is so awesome to make in your own house. And it happens so fast. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's the thing that takes the longest while standing in line at the grocery store to buy the meat, but marinating it.
Yeah, you 24 hours.
Yeah, 18 to 24 is what they recommend. Yep.
That's my wife correcting me right there. You see that? That's what a wife is for. It's to correct you. Because there is no way any man could ever be 100% perfect. So he needs a woman to humble him.
Yeah.
Just
And
saying.
you expect someone here to argue with you
Just
and
saying.
disagree?
Right, Larry? Just saying.
Larry's smart. He does not say those kinds of things in front of his wife, and she's watching.
Well, his wife is an incredibly smart lady. Oh, I'm sorry. You are too, honey. I wish you were as smart as her. Ugh. Women are smart in their own way. Men
You
are
probably
smart.
should shut up because you are not helping yourself.
Men are smart in their own way. It's not coming out there, so
I don't think men are smart in their own way.
they aren't smart, actually. Men are just not smart.
I mean, some might be. John, he's not one of them.
No, men are risk takers. You know I take risks.
Oh, Lord. Okay, on that note, we need to get ready for another call. So we're going to say adios. Hasta mañana. Take away his shovel. Yeah, no kidding. He can't play in the park anymore. The sandbox.
Thank
Yeah, we're going to say goodbye. It was nice chatting with you guys. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for participating.
Okay, now let's finish with that song that we've been practicing.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Next.
That is not what we were practicing. Well, we weren't practicing a song. Okay,
All right.
have a good one, you guys.